This is Human Warnings. This will be a ramble, and if you don't like the deep end, then go back to the shallow end. The Rise of Skywalker prediction video. I should basically say, if at some point, or maybe every point, I might change my channel to like Drunk Genius, because I only make videos when I'm drinking. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother. And maybe I'll quit YouTube one day and I'll decide to pick up the yo-yo as a hobby, because this is just a hobby. It's not a career. It's not a vocation. So Red Letter Media, I haven't watched their video yet, but they got a Star Wars the Rise of Skywalker prediction video, and I'm going to watch it right after I make this video. But it occurred to me that I should do a little prediction video. What the fuck? What do I predict is going to happen with Rise of Skywalker? Here we go. The first problem is that I don't really care. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, so my prediction is going to be incorrect, because it's just so bad. Who gives a shit what happens? Okay, so it's almost certain that Rey finds out she's the daughter of Luke somehow, or the daughter of Han Solo and Leia or something, and she's the brothers. Kylo Ren is either her brother or her cousin. That's like almost certain. Rose Tico makes a brief Jar Jar Binks-esque appearance to just kind of redeem herself, but like she's not going to be a major character, that's for sure. Rose Tico is done. J.J. Abrams is not very good at dotting his I's and crossing his T's, so he's not going to pay too much attention to all the plot holes that have preceded this thing. He's just going to move on, right? That's the way it's going to work. I mean, forget about plot. I don't think J.J. Abrams cares too much about plot. He's just going to have the money shot. Wouldn't it be cool to see Kylo Ren with like 3 lightsabers in one hand? And that'll be the main thing. The problem is that I don't care about this movie, so how do I predict what's going to happen when, like, no matter what they do, it's going to suck? It's just like the worst fucking movie. It's already the worst movie. The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, whatever. There is no Skywalker. Rey is a Skywalker. That's too bad. That sucks. That sucks too. It's even worse if she's a Skywalker. No matter what they do, it's going to be terrible. Finn gets out of the friend zone. He finally gets Rey to think of him as a man. Poe, he gets a better spaceship that he's like, oh my god, I got a great spaceship. Now I can really there's a new Death Star? Maybe there's a new Death Star. Fuck predictions. The movie's a disgrace. It's a disaster. I think the way the movie, forget about my predictions of the movie. This is the way the movie should go. It should be Luke waking up in the morning and it was just all a dream. Episodes 7 and 8 were just a dream. They were a nightmare. And then we move on. And Han Solo's back. And Emperor Palpatine's back. And like, they should have called it Episode 9, Course Correction. Sorry. Episode 9, sorry for Episode 8. Yeah, I don't think I really have any predictions. It's like, I've said this before, it's like Episode 8 was a fart, and Episode 9 is like trying to leave the room after you farted, hoping that nobody noticed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to watch the Red Letter Media. Love that channel, love them. I'm going to watch their predictions, and I'm just going to comment on their predictions for this turd that is rising. The rise of the end, the rise of the fall of Star Wars. The strange thing is, I'm watching the Red Letter Media thing, and they're like, it was the weirdest second act, The Last Jedi, because it just killed everything. So now, like, who knows what could happen, and who cares? Nobody cares. You effectively killed all anticipation, and the worst thing is, it's hard to make predictions about this movie when you don't even care about it. That's the worst part. I'd like to make predictions. I could do a million predictions about what I thought Endgame was going to be, because I cared. But this is going to be like a disaster. This movie, when it comes out, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to read about the I'm going to read the synopsis of the movie, because I can't. I don't want to put myself through this. This is like self-torture. This is masochism to watch this movie. So I'll just read the synopsis. Emperor Palpatine, he came up and he showed up and he did this. But I'm not going to... I don't think I'll ever watch it. I wonder, will I ever watch this movie? It's like already so bad. I mean, in The Last Jedi, Luke already milked a cow. So what's he going to be doing in this movie? He's going to get fucked up the ass by Yoda? Like, really, that could happen. That's their track record at this point. Okay, for the record, I hated The Force Awakens. Right away. I was not amazed at first. Everybody else was saying, "Oh, Force Awakens was great." I'm like, this is bullshit. This is a complete copy. It's a remake of A New Hope. For the record, I hated that fucking movie right away. The only good thing about The Force Awakens was Luke at the end. He was the New Hope. Seeing him, it was like magic. That was wonderful. That last scene saved the whole movie, because the whole movie sucked. It was awful. Everything was wrong with that movie. So I guess the remainder of this video is just a commentary on the Red Letter Media commentary on their predictions of Star Wars. And Mike Stokloska is fucking... He's exactly the same as me, in fact. And he just said that... he always said that J.J. Abrams would be great at making a Star Wars movie. And that's exactly what I thought and said after he did Star Trek. Because it was like, this is a Star Wars movie. This is not Star Trek. I'm like, J.J. Abrams would be great at doing a Star Wars movie. And he is good at that kind of thing. But he's not a writer. And that's what Mike Stokloska is saying. And basically, yeah, J.J. Abrams, don't be a writer. You're horrible at writing. You're a great director. And same with the other assholes. Fucking the guy that did Watchmen, Zack Snyder. Amazing director. Don't ever put him down. Rian Johnson is probably a great director, but they should not be writing things. So Red Letter Media touches on that like, fucking J.J. Abrams, just stick to directing, don't write. And on the opposite end, I'm a wannabe writer, but I would never assume that I could be a director. So just stick with what you're good at. I would be a terrible director. I'm awful at visualizing things. But I'm a good writer. And J.J. Abrams should just be like, yeah, I'm good at directing, but I can't write things. Like, I'm not capable of this. Okay, here's my prediction of the Red Letter Media Star Wars Rise of Skywalker prediction. Red Letter Media is going to talk about everything except for the Rise of Skywalker. Because who gives a shit? And there's no way of predicting this. So I'm guessing they're just going to talk about everything except for the prediction of the Rise of Skywalker. They mention Rian Johnson, and I'm just like, you know what? I think all we need to say is that Rian Johnson, they hired a retard, like a complete mental retard, to do Star Wars Episode 8. Like, he's retarded. Mike Stokloska says anything's possible at this point. And I think that's very poignant. Star Wars Episode 9, anything's possible at this point. Anything's possible at this point. This movie, even the predictions are terrible and boring. Like, there's no way out of this. You backed yourself against the wall, you painted yourself into a corner, you're screwed. This movie is just so doomed. They made a very good point about how Kylo Ren just sucks. Like, he's a terrible villain. I have to stop because this is just too personal for me. When I was 6 years old in 1983, I loved Star Wars. And I wanted to play. We would play games. I would play games with my friend, and I would be like, I get to be Darth Vader this time, and you're Luke Skywalker. And he would say, okay, well, I get to be Darth Vader. And he goes, okay, you can be Darth Vader this time, and I get to be the Emperor. The Emperor is the best thing that's ever happened in all of history, Emperor Palpatine. And now they're bringing him back to disgrace him. Phew. I'm done. It's so fucking depressing. This movie's gonna be so depressing. If you like gays, click like. If you like blacks, comment. If you like women, click notification bell. If you like gay women, subscribe. And if you like gay black women, Patreon, human warnings.